I'm gonna call them up. I'm
have them
ready.
come up.
Yeah, that way people. Yeah, go ahead and roll. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you all so much for coming out today to this very important announcement for the City of Franklin. First of all, I would like to recognize my colleagues on the council here. Alderman, please stand so we can see, or come up here. Why don't you come up here? If you hear your city alderman, please come up here and join the crowd here. Thank you all so much. And there's other elected officials here. Where are you run off to? Sam and others, they all right? Okay, good, thank you. All righty. Got my flag, all right. Once again, thank you for coming. It is not often the governor comes to Franklin, but we are very pleased to have him here to help our city promote connectivity that will help our residents to get out of their cars and to walk more. Without any further ado, I would like to introduce and have Governor Haslam to come to the mic. Thank you for his great announcement.
Thanks, Pearl. Thank you so much. Well, thank you. The truth, you said it's not often you get the governor. Actually, the governor does come to Franklin a lot, a whole lot. It's one of my favorite places. I just don't always bring big checks with me, and I tend to notice people like me more when I bring big checks. Hey, thank you all for being here. I know it's a warm Friday where everybody might like to be in the lake or a pool or somewhere, but I appreciate you being here. And Pearl, I agree, this is an important announcement, and it says a lot about this community that we're here today with this announcement. We're here today to announce a transportation alternative grant. Now, let me tell you what those are and how they work. Transportation alternative grants are just what they sound like. They're grants for alternative to traditional transportation. Thanks to Representative Whitson and Senator Johnson this year, we passed what we call the Improve Act around helping our infrastructure in Tennessee. A plan for how we're going to pay for roads and bridges going forward because we had gotten $10 billion behind in the state. Now, the good news is we were able to combine that with the largest tax cut in the history of the state. But the process is, like I said, largest tax cut in the history of the state, along with a new plan for infrastructure. But that is the money that you pay when you fill up your car or truck at the gas or diesel pump. This money is actually separate. This is federal money that comes from Washington. And we all like to complain about Washington. In this case, we think they did something really smart. They said, we're going to let states and local communities decide how to use that money, all around enhancing the community and bettering local alternative methods of transportation. So the way it works is the federal government sends the money to us, then local governments apply to us. I should say this up front, a lot more communities apply than we have money to grant. And the fact that we're standing here today says that some folks in the city of Franklin have done a really nice job in preparing an application, because this is not one of those one-man races. It is a competitive race. It helps to have two very good folks representing you in the State General Assembly. It never hurts to have the right people weighing in on your behalf, and I can assure you that Representative Whitson and Senator Johnson are both highly thought of in our administration, and their word carries a lot of weight. But we're here today to announce an award of exactly $1 million in a transportation alternative grant to the city of Franklin. Yes? This will fund Phase 2 of State Route 96 multi-use trail. Phase 1 of the project is already under development. It will extend the existing trail from Jim Warren Park on Boyd Mill Avenue. Phase 2 will begin there and run all the way to 5th Avenue North. Once completed, the trail will provide connections between residential areas, schools, shopping, and city centers. In addition to providing residents and visitors with critical connections, the project will also greatly improve safety for pedestrians and bicyclists. And as one of those bicyclists, I greatly appreciate that. But here's what these programs are about and how we evaluate when we get the applications. We like things that obviously improve the quality of life in a community. Now, if you compare quality of life in Franklin and almost anywhere else around the country, you'd say it's really on the upper end of the scale. But we're doing something that will, we think, even improve that more by making it easier to connect from within the community. And we like it when people are out of their cars and walking and on their bikes because, like I said, A, it's good for health, but B, it enhances community. And the last thing I'll say this is, again, people have a choice where they live. And more people are saying, I want to live there because of the quality of life. And I'll tell one last story, and it happened to be because they wanted to live here. The very first company I ever recruited to Tennessee after becoming governor, we had a long, they were a West Coast-based company. We had a long negotiation about whether they were going to come here or somewhere else. End of the day, we won the company, and they decided to move here, and we were having a celebration dinner, and I said, well, now that it's all over and you decide on Tennessee, what made you pick Tennessee? And the person said, do you want an honest answer? I go, well, yeah, because I was pretty sure he was going to say, that governor was just so winsome and magnetic. And he said, my wife saw a house down in Franklin that she liked. I'm like, well, we'd have come out ahead just buying the house, you know. But the point is quality of life does determine economic development, and there's no better place that represents that than right here in Williamson County and in Franklin. So congratulations and thank you, and I'd like to ask my really good friend, Senator Jack Johnson, and then Representative Whitson, if they would both come say a brief word. Senator Johnson.
Thank you, Governor. First of all, let me say it's always a pleasure to have the governor come to Franklin and Williamson County. When you're bringing a big check, it helps. It's, but we'd love to have you. I'd like to quickly say, Governor, I happened to see on your Twitter feed, and if you don't follow the governor's Twitter feed, you should. I believe you and Chrissy just celebrated 36 years. Yesterday, was it?
2 days ago.
2 days ago. And the reason you should check out the Twitter feed is there is a picture of the governor and the first lady that has gone viral, I think, in social media. And I think it was when y'all were dating, is that right? And the governor had an outstanding beard at that time. I will say, Governor, Chrissy hasn't changed a bit.
That's right. The beard would be a little whiter today.
It's great to have you. You know, I tell people all the time that I am so blessed and honored to really represent the most incredible county in the state. Some of my colleagues in the state Senate might argue with that because they're very proud of their districts as well, but certainly a jewel in the crown of Williamson County is certainly the city of Franklin, so much so that my family and I are soon to be residents of the city of Franklin, and we're excited about that. That's if Eric can get my permits approved. We're working on that. So, but these types of initiatives and this type of connectivity, that's a buzzword that you hear in a lot of communities, but it is so important. And the city of Franklin has really stepped up to the plate in so many regards to promote that with Streetscape and the parks and the new Bicentennial Park and all these things that we all as residents of this community enjoy so much. So this $1 million grant is, first of all, very well deserved and will be put to very good use by the city. So I'm grateful to all the folks here at the City of Franklin who made the application and made it successful. And Governor, we will make sure that $1 million is very well used. Thank you.
Thank you again, Governor, and folks who made this happen. And not only this out on 96, but next year we will start, thanks to the Governor's leadership and initiative, we will start seeing Mack Hatcher constructed out there. Now, I must say, I've seen you, Governor, 2 days in a row here in Franklin. And I started a rumor with great favorable results that you are house hunting down here in Franklin.
Jack's got one for sale.
So when you're ready to move from that lower end of Franklin Road we refer to and come out here, we would love to have you, Governor. And I tell you, working with the governor and his team, it's just been an incredible experience, very rewarding. And you just see the enthusiasm, doing great things for our state, and it's going to carry through to end of his second term. And I look forward to 2018, Governor. It's going to be a great year. Thank you.
Thank you all so much. We're so thankful for the grant. A couple other comments I want to make for our audience and those that are watching at home. Phase 1 is to put the multi-use trail from Vera Valley Drive, that's Freedom Middle School, to Board Mill Avenue. TDOT gave us $800,000 for Phase 1 last year. TDOT is giving us this Phase 2 money, $800,000. now to extend this trail from Board Mill Avenue to Fifth Avenue. You've heard some of that mentioned already. There are 4 schools, a couple of churches, Jim Warner Park, and several neighborhoods located along this project. Once this multi-use trail is constructed, the families from this area can walk, bike on this trail. The city has previously obtained $1 million in grant from this project to fund this project. We then decided with TDOT guidance to complete the full design and submit the project for additional grant funding, and that's what we have today. This total project was estimated at $3.3 million. Thank you all so much.
Hold on. Come up, everybody come join us up in front of the podium and we'll actually give you the check.
There you go, Margaret, it's your ward.
45 minutes till the bank closes.
We can cash you, right?
Take it on down there. Thank you. Well done.
Very good.
Congratulations.
Thank you so
Well
much.
done. Thanks, brother. Great to see you again. How you doing?